Hey guys, this is Anita. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about my 5-star predictions, both results of my previous predictions and new predictions. I predicted 5 stars for 6 books last time. I read only 4 of them. Initially, I thought to wait to read those 2 books too, but I am not going to read those 2 this year. I'll plan them again next year. So I read 4 books, which are The Company by K.J. Parker, Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb, Bonnie Crime by Trevor Noah, and August by Adrian Tchaikovsky. If you have been following my channel, you already know that I rated all 4 of these 5 stars. Actually, 3 of these books made my top 10 list last year. That 4th book, actually, I added another book in the same series. That's the only reason that wasn't there in my top 10. So you can easily say that I am good at predicting what I like. August became my top 5 book, and Assassin's Apprentice. Instead of Fool's Errand, I added Assassin's Apprentice in my top 3 list. It became my top 3. And The Company became my top 2 book, and Bonnie Crime became the best book I read last year. I'm not going to get into details because I already talked about them in my top 10 video. I'm really glad I managed to predict this so well, so I am more enthusiastic now to come up with new predictions. So I have 10 books in my list. The first in list is The King's Blood by Daniel Abraham. This is book 2 in Dagger and Coin series. Long Praise Quartet by Daniel Abraham became my favorite series ever, so I have no doubts about this. I was planning to include first book Dragon's Path in this list, but I already started reading this book. I was supposed to film this video a couple of months back. I made this list then, but I forgot to film it. I already started Dragon's Path, so I don't want to include that here. So I'm including second book, The King's Blood. I have no doubts actually. I am around 200 pages into the book and I am loving the Dragon's Path. And the second book in this list is City of Last Chances by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I think at this point I should not include my favorite authors in this list because I enjoy Tchaikovsky's books. Guns of the Dawn became my favorite and Ogres became one of my favorites. I enjoy Tchaikovsky's writing. I have no doubts that I would enjoy this book. I will read it soon in the second part of the year. And the third book in this list is Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. I have no doubt that I would enjoy this book. I actually planned to include this book in my last year 5-star prediction list, but I realized I would not have time to read this book last year. I have no doubts that I would enjoy this book. Everything about this book, when I first saw Alan's review, I know this book is perfect for me. This is about this traveling judge. I am pretty sure this would work for me. And the fourth book in this list is Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb. I am right now in Rainwell's Chronicles. I will finish that in June and we'll start the Fizz and Fool trilogy in July. Maybe I should replace this. At this point, everyone knows that I will enjoy Robin Hobb books, so I should not include this. Maybe let's strike this off. Completely strike this off. My fourth in this list is The Forest of Enchantments by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. I read Palace of Illusions by her in January and I loved it. That was a reimagining of Mahabharata from Draupadi's POV. This Forest of Enchantments is a retelling of Ramayana. I think it's from Sita's POV. Ramayana is an Indian epic. E.V. Chadya and I are planning to read almost everything by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. I loved her writing and I loved the way she approached the epic tale of Mahabharata. So I have no doubt that I'd enjoy this book. And number 5 in my list is Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. I forgot to write series name. This is her first book in Xenogenesis series. I hope that is right. I already read Kindred by Octavia Butler and Parable of Severin, Parable of Talent. I enjoyed all 3 of them. I love the way she tells her story. I love her main characters. They're always practical. I am a very emotional reader. Dark elements in books actually affect me, but Butler forces me to look at in a pragmatic way. I really enjoy her books. One of the goals for me this year is to binge read a trilogy, 2 trilogies. I am planning to binge read this trilogy because all 3 of them are pretty short, less than 300 pages if I'm not wrong. And 6th in this list is Bone Shroud by Andrew D. Meredith. This is book 2 in Kaleshian Saga. I read Deathless Beast in January and it took me by surprise by how much I loved it. I loved the world building, characters, and themes Meredith explored. I immediately knew I will enjoy this book and immediately knew that I will read this book in June. Now I have too many buddy reads June, but somehow I'll fit this book in June. And the seventh in my list is Curse of Chalian by Louis McMaster Bujold. So many people recommended this book to me, and Judy Meredith was sure I would love this. And many people who enjoyed Daniel Abraham's writing and Robin Hobb's writing enjoy this book. Many people said that they are similar, so I cannot wait to read this and find out. And the next in this list is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I loved Seven Husbands of the Evelyn Hugo, that became my number 2 book in 2021. I wanted to read more by her, but I did not find time. This Carrie Soto is Back is about a tennis player who comes back to play after some young player breaks her record. I love watching tennis. It is one of my favorite sports, so I am hoping I would enjoy this book. And the next in my list is A Shade of Madness by Tiago Abdullah. I read Touch of Light last month and I loved it. I loved Tiago's writing, so I think I would enjoy A Shade of Madness too. I will be very upset with Tiago if I don't. And the last in this list is The Hammer by KJ Parker. I already read Folding Knife and The Company by KJ Parker last year, and I loved both of them. KJ Parker books are actually dark. I think they walk on the edge of grimdark. World is kind of bleak and there are morally grey characters. The way Parker makes me like these morally grey characters, makes me invested in them. I really love that. Parker has this cynical approach to the world. I like that actually. The premise of The Hammer is boring actually. Wait, the book is right here. Ignomai is the youngest brother in the current generation of Medok. I have no idea how to pronounce that. A once noble family exiled on an island for their role in a vaguely remembered civil war. An uneasy peace exists on the island. The Medok are tolerated in spite of occasional cattle stealing raids, only because they possess the weapons considered necessary protection against the island savages. In turn, the locals are tolerated only because this family is too proud to talk to them. So it sounds like it is about weapons making process. I think we see a lot of that. Alan said that it is boring, though he enjoyed it. I don't have any doubts about that it will be boring, but I definitely would enjoy this. There are some other books I think I would enjoy, like No Land for Heroes by Cal Black. This is a Gaslamp fantasy book. I don't have any doubts that I would enjoy this. And there is also Wistful Ascending by Jessie M. Byrne. I am pretty sure I would enjoy this book, but list is getting bigger. That's why I did not include them. And now I included them. So these 12. I'm hoping to read all of them by the end of this year, and I am hoping my predictions will come true as good as the last time. That's all for this video. Let me know if you have read any of these books and whether you think I'll enjoy them or not. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.